we get opportunities, we have responsibility, we have expectations that we deal with, right? People have different expectations, like my son called me, Dad, can I get this? That's his expectation, I have to deal with that expectation. So that's part of it. Our team members would have certain expectations. They may come to us and say, can we have 30 minutes of your time? That's we face with expectation. We face with our own responsibilities, responsibility towards work, responsibility towards family, and also friends, the three groups that we talk about. Every choice that we make based on what we face on day to day, we can put into three groups. Into three groups. So every day we have certain things that we can control, right? The control is critical. What we can do when we face that issue, is it in our control? Then we face with things that we can influence. We can't sort of go and custom agency by communicating we can influence. So we don't control their actions, but we do influence their actions through our feedbacks, through our communications. So things that we control, it's within us. We take the decision, we decide. So for example, for me, waking up and going to the gym, I control. It's sort of me who decides whether I want, in 5 years' time, if I see 5 from this group progressing in life and living a different life, that would be the reward for the effort that I'm making to influence. For us, 10 was people are talking about the economy is low, spending is down, customers are not coming. That was of concern, but we can't do anything about that. Just having an understanding. We can't influence it, we can't control it. We directed the effort to the things we control and use that to still achieve what we wanted to achieve. It's always exercise and understand, see what's our understanding of things that we control. So the exercise is, we'll use crazy 8 technique. So I'll brief you the crazy 8 technique, but in your group, you will draw 3 circles while you and then influence. In your role, think through things that you influence. You don't have a direct control, but you have influence. Influence through communication, influence through relationship building. And then the last one, draw a circle and write down things of concern, which is things we cannot control. While we should be aware of it, but that shouldn't take our time. That shouldn't pull us back. And you'll always find there's a lot of things in our countries happening, right, between Iran and US. And if you ask me how much time I've spent sort of worrying about the war situations or reading and finding about the war situation, I would have not spent 1% of my time. But I know that's happening, then what's the purpose of putting that time? So we control that time. Otherwise, in my role, I would have sort of talked to a lot of executives, and they were, we're reading, we're following. I said, what are we going to get? Can we control transaction? Are we going to change what's going to come out of? Do you know when it's going to end? We don't. So let's take a day as it goes. Let's put our time where it matters the most. And that's to things that we control and things that we influence. So Tim, in your groups, you can discuss. So you can use crazy 8 technique in your groups. I'll not sort of enforce it, as you can say, okay, each group will just quickly take 10 minutes and think of 5 things that we control, influence, and concern. And then we'll discuss at a group and make our group presentation. Or we'll just discuss and do as a group together. So crazy 8 is usually individually brainstorming ideas and then having a group discussion, agreeing as a group together, and then presenting it. So I'll give you 30 minutes. It's sharp 10:30. So till 11 o'clock is your group discussion time. Take your time, discuss, debate, reflect on your role, reflect everything that you feel you control and everything that you influence, and also think about some of the concerns that we need to be aware of. And my mic would switch off now. Running in front of the bus. Have you experienced it? I experienced in my life that I was running in front of the bus. But we cannot really talk about it, right? We can't do anything. So we experienced this. So the way to answer is you reflect the day, see everything that you do, experience of place, and let's see whether it's under control, under influence, or of concept. Okay, team. Last minute. Wrap up. Wrap up your final writing. Okay, time's up. I can influence it. But I want everyone's attention while the presenters are presenting, then I look at my management and I take control. So I've taken the presentation seat with me, so I've control. We're moving to spin the wheel, so use of technology. So let's see who is the first group to come over.
Morning, team.
Morning, Maggie.
Okay, group 4, we have the circle of, we have 3 circles. First one is control. Second one is take us through this.
Thank you, Maggie. Morning, team. Okay,
Morning.
thank you. I'm going to take the first one, which is control. We still have this one, emotions. So it's on you how you control your emotion. Sometimes something can happen where you don't expect, but you have to control it. It falls under emotion. Then we have this daily habits. You can control your daily habits. On you that you can control everything unless you are strong enough. Thank you. And the second one, I'll give it to Bosma.
Educate the people and stakeholder decision. So in influence, we have a power to really influence people because we believe that everybody can improve. Just a while ago, so I'll set an example. So just a while ago, Jacobette is having a hard time to present, and then we asked her to present influence.
Under concern, we put down 5 bullet points. So the first 3 is culture, mindset, and emotions, and safety, natural disaster.
About safety and natural disasters, the team thought that because of my background, I should speak about it. So when we're talking about concept, when it comes to safety, you know that safety is paramount. Safety is like everything, every day. It doesn't matter if you're at home under deep sea volcano that's happening up in Manus right now. That people are not talking about, but it's a cause for concern. So natural disasters, we cannot control it. It's
We have the SOPs and the policies, which we follow rules and procedures for the company and the actions and decisions that we make, and we must set guidelines to follow all the procedures. That's all from Group 4.
Thank you.
Could you justify why is it emotional flexible in this control and consent?
Because, like what we said, you have.
But we can influence or not do anything about other person's emotions. Okay.
And also the emotions, we have more than 100 or something, the signs symbols. Huh? Yeah. So the only two that we usually use is love and care.
And we can say, yeah, we felt bad about it, but I'm not going to respond in that particular manner. I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm not going to be showing my anger. So we can control our reaction. So sometimes some emotions we can't control, but we can control reaction. So if you look at our action, so today's message was, in situations where we can't control our emotion, then 1 minute of patience can be very different. Okay, next pin. I'll have to take group 1 out of it. I can't change it here. So group 4 is done. If it stops in group 4, we'll ignore it. हमारा उसमें जो मैं क्रिएट करा उसके सेट कर. Okay, group 1.
Group 1 will be, okay, I'll be the one to talk about control. In the control circle, we listed and how our day goes in the morning is when we have a plan. So I think when we have a plan with time, we're able to use our time wisely. So we are able to control our time. Our emotions, I'm bad with emotions. I think Lucinda would know. But I'm sure there are emotions that we have control over, and there are emotions that we have no control over. Most times I don't talk about it because I probably have the worst uncontrollable emotions. I'm grateful to work here because it kind of helped me to have control over my emotions. But I've learned about emotions. Emotions are there are times, there are some things about our emotions we have control over. There are some things we do not, and we have to work on those. Our money, we have to have a budget for it, so that's how we are able to control our money. That's our finance. How we talk, Vinny just gave an example when we were discussing. Like how we talk, we are able to have control over it. Vinny just gave a simple example, like, Elizabeth, could you please do this for me? Or he could.
How we influence them by doing coaching, what we normally do for the managers, training, no? Every day we have briefing, and we also have a scheduled training. For example, for Waigani, Tuesday and Friday, we have this present, at least emotionally support them. And performance and motivate and leadership. One example, as a leader or as a manager, we make sure to give our team performance evaluation. Through this, we can influence them. We can inform them what things to be done and improve and then maintain.
Thank you, Rina and Elizabeth. Hello, team. Good morning. So, Ellie and Rina already went through control and influence. The last is consent. So from consent, there's some factors that we put. We don't have consent over the government issues, our economic, the global issues, weather and climate, and natural disasters, accident and human behavior, nature's challenges. So that one as well, we don't have any control over that. It happens and on its own timing. So as we always say, everything. And the last one, the human behavior. So human behavior is one of the things that we cannot control, but we can sometimes influence. Yes.
Thank you, Ruby. I'll just give the mic to Carita. She'll just explain what we can do is 3 different scenarios.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Carita.
Control all this ones and consent. We can give the consent to this ones here, but all these ones here, they can raise consent on for themselves. So I can give it to Vinit and he can summarize.
Thank you, Carita. Even start for the day, we've already planned our day. So, as if you go through Avi's previous trainings and leadership programs, it's the very basic saying. Either you control your day or you let others control your day. If you come to work with your day plan, basically you control the day. You have your day plan and you already know what you are going to do for the day. If you come unplanned, that's where your time management comes. There'll be people coming in, taking up your time, and basically you lose your valuable time. So you have control on your lifestyle, your habits, how healthy you want to be. Basically, that's you. It's nobody else going to be controlling your life, your lifestyle, your habits. You are the entire, the sole owner of your health and your wealth. So influence them. Yeah, let's move to PNG and what lies ahead in our career and what has in our life. So all we can do is we can build our team morale. Create a culture. When I moved to PNG, I observed just on every day to reach the office. And before I come, Elizabeth is there sometimes before me. Lucinda is there before me. So I go downstairs, I greet everybody. I come up, greet everybody. I go to corporate, greet everybody. Now I see the culture is changing. Everybody comes, they greet everybody, and they start their work. That's the culture that we have built. That is something that we can influence. Yesterday we have seen probably the first time I saw Jared and Samoa taking up the mic and speaking, and it was very proud moment for me. That's how I have influenced them to come up and speak. Probably nobody has ever saw them speaking in front of everybody, though they were questioned earlier why a team is basically putting emotions into control as well as into consent. As you can see, one thing we have mentioned is human behavior. I'll give a good example of this. This soccer coach Jose Mourinho. He was coaching this team Inter Milan, and he had only one striker. One striker was red carded. He had to go off the field, and then we can influence, we can control, we can influence, we can coach them, everything. But we do not have the right. We do not have the final outcome of the human behavior. What they're gonna do. That is something that why we have written as a consent. And together with consent is like government, we can raise consent what currently government is doing because of the action.
Thank you, Tim. I think very detailed insights into what we control, influence, and things that's not in our control. It's just a matter of consent. We should know about it, and if something is serious, then we can plan. Tim, any questions for this group?
Answer.
That's their initiative.
But it's in the question. In terms of percentage, we cannot divide that, but it just comes back to us of what we want to get out of this learning, where we want to devote our time, of what we can control, and how much time we want to motivate and build our team culture, talk to our team, talk to our family, talk to our
organization. We are our organization, and there is a consent. We don't have control over it. We don't have influence over it. But how can we manage to overcome that consent?
What is the consent?
Like, you get it as a consent, and we.
Speak up.
Yes. So please, can you explain a bit?
No, this is the main thing that we have been talking about. Consent is something all we can do is discuss about, talk about. Like we can influence, like as Marina has mentioned, like giving, setting of areas which is tax-free. These are some of the things that we can do through influence, but we do not have direct control over it. And something that is, I think, as I have said, some of the things.
People used to say when it gets colder, the dry season is coming. And the colder it gets, the worse the dry season. So what we normally do, like for us, we know that we experience